Ahoj rockeři, máme tady další díl Backstage. Zdravíme vás z 20. ročníku Masters of Rock z Vizovic. A já tady mám úžasné dva hosty, které určitě nepotřebuju představovat, které poznáte. Jsou to bratři Cavalérové, Max a Igor Cavalera. Hello boys.
Hello.
Oh, hello gentlemen.
Hello.
It is very nice to have you here. Thank you for your time. It's been 1 year, exactly 1 year since our last interview. It was right here, right? But today,
not much has changed. No.
none of this changed. Well,
We're 1 year older, wiser.
everybody is,
Hopefully, yeah.
right. But I'm glad you both are here today because you have the show tonight, which we are all excited about. But last year when we were speaking, you told me that you're about to release some CDs with your brother, which happened. 2 of them. Plus, this year, the third one. I wanted to ask you about more details about these 3 CDs, these albums.
Let's start with him, since I speak a lot less time.
Well, we're really happy that we finally got the trilogy down, which is like the first 3 albums that we did, me and Max, starting with Bestial Devastation, then Morbid Visions, and then Schizophrenia. And the cool thing about it, not only the CDs or whatever format it's out, but we're performing a lot of those songs live. And tonight, a lot of our fans are going to have a chance to see that. And it's something that for us, it's very special. Not only to be here at the festival, but to be doing this through all over Europe. So we're quite excited, to show a lot of those songs that we've been, like crafting together for many years, but also performing with amazing other musicians, which we have Igor Amadeus on bass and Travis Stone on guitar. So we have a solid lineup. Me and Max couldn't be happier to be here. And, I think it's going to be a great night of metal.
Just to add, it's really, we've been rolling through Europe, and every night it feels like you're playing kind of like it's your last show. You give it all, I don't know why, but this the kind of vibe I'm feeling is really great, because I think you get the best out of every show. And like Igor said, we have the 2 older guys, me and Igor with the experience, and then you have younger guys like Igor Amadeus and Travis with the energy and the youth.
Fresh blood.
Yeah. Also, I noticed the fans also being younger for us. So we are changing. There's a change in the guard. There's a new generation coming in, and this record was recorded part for that, to introduce this old catalog to a new generation of fans. And I think they're going to get a great taste of that tonight.
I'm excited. About these 3 records you released, are all the songs the same, or did you add any extra songs? And what about the sound?
Go for it.
The songs are the same.
Yeah.
The records, we didn't change. Because I think that's the charm and that's the magic, and the trick to do re-recording. Now that we got it right. Because nobody knew what was going to happen. People were super nervous. Even our fans were nervous, like, well, where are they touching that? It's like almost like touching a sacred object, a religious artifact. And but the way we did it, a lot of people like our version even better than the original, which is crazy. We actually ended up doing a couple new songs. There was one on Morbid Visions, Bestial Devastation, the first 2, which was Sexta-feira 13. It's an old song. I remember by heart and by mind. I don't know how, after all these years, I still remember the chorus. So we made the song with the chorus. We just made a new song using the old chorus, which is the oldest Sepultura song ever. Is Sexta-feira 13. Yeah. And on the new Schizophrenia, there's a new song called Nightmares of Delirium, which is very, very kind of like a fan letter song to the album Schizophrenia. This is how much we love this album. We're gonna make a song inspired by this record.
Yeah.
and I think it came out again really good, really powerful. You know, tonight we get to play a lot of Schizophrenia, which I'm very happy. Last time we were here, I don't think we have mostly Morbid Visions and Bachelor Devastation. So I love the Schizophrenia part of the show. It's like a race in a car and you turn another gear and you go even faster, you know? And that part of the show just goes nuts. It's so much energy. It's great.
That's perfect. Guys, I must admit, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you can help me out to understand, because I know that these 3 records you release now as Cavalera, but I know Cavalera Conspiracy, but creating new songs together. So
I'm
what is the
confused too.
difference? You're confused too? Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
it's the 3 of us.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a bit simple, but also it can be a bit confusing if you're just picking up the stuff and you're reading. But the way I look at it, you know, and it makes sense to me, is that Cavalera Conspiracy, me and Max, we write completely new songs. And then Cavalera, we are having these re-recordings and performing them live. So they're not like completely different projects. They're the same project, but maybe just different faces of the same project. And in a way, at the end of the day, it's all Cavalera. From the beginnings of Sepultura, it's always been about me and Max. So Cavalera is the soul of the whole thing. And there's a bit of mutations in there, which Cavalera Conspiracy, Cavalera with the re-recordings, and the live show. So it can be a bit confusing, but at the end of the day, it's quite simple, right?
It's all it's all from the same root.
Yeah.
It comes from the same spirit, you
Yeah.
know, that we had, and the most important thing, the coolest thing, is that the spirit of the original Sepultura is here with Cavalera. I think that is what the fans feel it most, and I think that is the greatest thing we have, is that, you know, what they wanted to feel is what we had in the soul and the spirit of the original Sepultura, you know, and we're doing that with this, you know, mostly with the Cavalera, because we get to play the Sepultura material. Cavalera Conspiracy, we get to do new music, you know, which we'll do in the future as well, you know. We're planning to keep rocking for a long time. Yeah. Nobody has plans for retirement that don't exist. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's good.
We are rockers, lifers, as they say.
Yeah. Now, are you planning on doing more of those like re-editions?
No, I think the re-recordings are something that me and Max, we spoke about. And those 3 records are the records that we felt it needed a bit of a upgrade, for lack of a better word. But I think the other albums, I think we'll continue to perform them live, but not really in a re-recording situation. It's going to be more of a live situation where, you know, like we love doing from the first one that we did, which is Return to Roots. And we've been revisiting a lot of those, and Chaos AD is something that it's in our plans, future plans. As Max says, we don't stop, you know. Our idea is to continue do things, continue rock, continue performing, and that's for us, it's quite an exciting future.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting because Max, you live in Arizona, right? And if I'm correct, you Igor, you live in London. How do you compose together? Or do you meet more often during the year, except for, you know, apart from the tours, or?
No, that's something that for us we learn with time, that I think the distance that we have from each other, and we also doing different projects, we always busy. But then when we get together, it's very about focusing. You know, when me and Max are focused on something, we really don't need months and months to do things. We just need that concentration, and usually that would take us to be a few weeks in the studio, maybe a few days before the tour, flying in a bit early, and sometimes even getting on the spot and putting ourselves into that challenge. That, for me, that makes me as a musician it's a very special thing, because it makes us, you know, like challenge ourselves to do certain things, and to, you know, and to perform that. So I guess that's how we do it. We do those things, and the distance at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, this tour is a good example. We didn't really rehearse. You know, we knew the songs, but we haven't really played together. And we had a festival within 4 days of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 4 or 5 days. It was like Grass Pop Festival. Mm-hmm. And it came out amazing, you know. And I think that's kind of cool. It's almost like we like to jump in the fire, you know, like, you know, just be like, you put yourself in that uncomfortable situation of like, we really have to do this, you know. We did. I mean, of course, we could prepare if you really want it, but I don't know. We as old veterans, you know, we just feel like we can do it, you know, and we go for it and do it. And it's amazing, you know. I always the thing that I think is interesting about the story is what I've told you about is every show is special, you know, and I don't know, it's maybe because of we are living in an internet age where everything is being filmed, and you can really like have a bad show. You can, but you know, if it's gonna show up, and you're gonna feel like shit, you know. Oh, I had a bad. So you try real hard not to have a bad show, you know. And every night, I think we're just really loving and living in life to the fullest, you know, on the stage. That's like me and this guy were born to do this. And that's where we feel the most comfortable, you know, it's on the stage doing what we do.
People see it, you know, they love you for that. That's obvious. This year, 2024, it's like the 40th anniversary of you being on stage, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Yeah. And plus, both of you were born on the 4th.
Yes.
It means number 4 is kind of significant for you, I would say. So I would like to wish you the year 2024 to be another experience of beautiful beginnings, any kind of beginnings.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
I think that can be.
Yeah.
Number 4 is good. It's solid.
It's a good number for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe last question. Would you like to wish anything to the festival? Because the festival is celebrating the 20th anniversary, plus your fans here in the Czech Republic.
Well, we'll be here when the festival turns 40.
All right.
You know, it's guaranteed.
That's another number 4 we could.
Yeah. It's just another 20 years. Easy. Piece of cake. No, we just want to thank all the Czech fans have been amazing through the years, from the beginning to now. I think it just gets better. You know, the more we come here, the more we play. Festivals like this are so amazing, and of course with a great guy like George organizing too. You know, I think he's one of the few promoters that are real fans and come and talk to the band and socialize, and he's a fan of the music. He loves, you can feel that he loves this, you know.
And it's a solid festival, and that's also really cool to see how, you know, us coming from a third world country, we like to see other places sometimes out of like maybe like Germany or France that comes with a very strong festival, and we can feel this can compete face to face with any other festival.
Yeah, so we're gonna tear it up tonight.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep jamming until we celebrate the 40th birthday of Masters of Rock.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show. Enjoy the summer.
Yeah, we will.
And the time together.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye.